So in the process of me doing all that, apparently the pistol fall out my pocket. Like I got some sweatpants or something on, like whatever I had on and wherever I had the pistol, it fell out of my pocket in that time. That was the first time that I ever got a gun, and just all the different things that I seen that came with it, I just started to understand and realize how, like, I don't want to say our generation, but how just being a youth with like not a fully developed mind, and then your environmental circumstances, like, bro, how that can really trick you out the streets, how that can really lead you to making like some decisions that you shouldn't be making. How you can throw your life away, you can end up in the pen, you can end up dead, you know what I'm saying? Just because you got a gun don't mean the other person don't have one. It don't mean that you always gonna get the ups, and it don't mean that just because you shoot you gonna hit your target, and just because they shoot they gonna miss, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff you putting yourself into, which, you know what I'm saying, just kind of opened my eyes a whole lot more to the like live by the gun, die by the gun mantra that a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, live by, speak on. Like it really kind of opened my eyes to like some of the realities that we, you know what I'm saying, be out here facing, just being, I want to say in the streets, but like I wasn't even really in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like I was more or less just outside. All right, so a little context as to even why I even had a gun in the first place, right? So like my pops was in the military. When I was born, he was fresh out of boot camp. And then him and my mom got married. So they got married. We ended up moving to North Carolina for a couple years. Then we moved to base in New Boston, I want to say, called Red River. We was there for a little bit. So like he ended up getting into the reserves for a little bit. Then he became a police officer. Well, in that time span between him going through the reserves and becoming a cop, we moved to Texarkana, which was like the closest big city to New Boston. So I say big city, it's definitely not big, but relative to New Boston, it's way bigger. It was the town, whatever, that was closest, right? So anyway, I prefaced this by saying all that because once we got to Texarkana, as I got like a little older, I was about 5, I think, by the time we got to Texarkana. So that's like what, on my way to being like in first grade, stuff like that, kindergarten, all that little stuff. Well, I did kindergarten in New Boston, in Hooks, I think, specifically. I went to like Hooks Elementary, I guess, or something like that. I just remember I graduated kindergarten in Hooks. But anyway, so in Texarkana, we got a beef. It's called Texarkana had a beef. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's a big rivalry game that they've been having for a long time between Texarkana, Texas, and Texarkana, Arkansas. It's a border town. So it's right on the lines of Texas and Arkansas.
Yankees, Red Sox.
They don't like each other. They never have.
As if this game needed any more emotion.
Lakers, Celtics.
I hated Larry. No other word to really use. And I disliked the Celtics.
Texas, Arkansas.
Last year was a fluke, they shouldn't have won that game.
But Arkansas did win 20-14 in overtime. Last year's trash talk.
I just feel like it's going to be easy money for me and my receiving core and the whole team.
We got to go get them now. Ain't no easy money.
This year's trash talk.
They trash.
Everybody talking, about the game until helmets get to roll around on the ground.
We won't hesitate. I heard that they were saying that I was soft. I was sorry, I'm overrated, and I was slow.
Nick McCann is a 6'2", 290-pound defensive tackle committed to Texas Tech.
That's the only thing I'm going to say. They offensive line can't hold me.
If talk is cheap, this matchup has gotten expensive over the years. These two schools are separated by just 9 miles. Last year marked the Razorbacks' first win over the Tigers since 2000.
I think the focus is a little better right now, and it needs to be.
Barry Norton, entering his 17th season as Texas High head coach, is 14-2 against Arkansas.
You've got to hear it all year long in town that you lost that ball game. So we'd like to reverse that, get that back, get on the other side, and get that behind us.
These two teams have played 100 times.
It's one of the best high school games in the nation.
Tonight is 101. Between 10 and 12,000 people are expected to attend.
It's like a Super Bowl in the NFL. It's like two states that always know what I'm saying? Been beefing with each other for a long time. It's just like a Super Bowl game.
The Texarkana Bowl.
It's dirty. We get down. That's how Texarkana do it.
Two teams. Texas High.
Dominant.
Arkansas High.
Gotta come with it.
Divided by a state line.
There is a state pride along with city pride in this thing. I mean, it's Texas versus Arkansas.
Bonded by rivalry.
50 Texas, 0 Arkansas.
14-28. Arkansas.
About 40-something to maybe 7.
They're not going to score at all. They're going to leave that 0 up there the whole time on that pretty new scoreboard they got.
We saving the heat because it's coming. It's coming, Texas.
Two different cities, but you know they share the same name, stuff like that. And the Texas and Arkansas high schools, Texas high school versus Arkansas high school, done been a big rivalry in like all sports, but football more specifically, but every sport obviously. But you know football just the more popular sport in Texas. Kind of by default, Arkansas too, at least in our area specifically. So like, I kind of knew nothing about that, you know what I'm saying? Like when we moved here, we was out of town, so that didn't really mean nothing to us. So like we moved to Texarkana, and just throughout the years, I started finding out about this more or less because I ended up going to both sides. Like I started on Texas side at TISD, and once my dad actually became a police officer, he became a cop on the Arkansas side. So then we moved to Arkansas side. So I kind of, you know what I'm saying, spent a couple years over there too. And just in that, you know what I'm saying, little transition, I didn't necessarily, that was already the thing. I never really had no Texas-Arkansas beef personally because I wasn't tied to it. But because it was such a big rivalry, you know what I'm saying, like between the sports teams and the fans and everything like that, it was just, you know what I'm saying, some little stuff that around this time that people kind of like was holding their nuts over or something, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of going back and forth about, you know what I'm saying, what side of town you was from, you know what I'm saying? Arkansas rode for Arkansas, Texas rode for Texas, you know what I'm saying? We go out, be meeting together, you know what I'm saying? It was just like a little cross-town rivalry, you know what I'm saying? It kind of bled into the streets a little bit. It wasn't that deep, but it was definitely some, you know what I'm saying, some folks got hit about it for sure, like punched on. Maybe a little worse, I don't really know, but eventually a little worse, but it was always kind of really petty at the root of it all, but you know what I'm saying, that ain't the case. So I bring that up to say, like, I wasn't never really in the beef, so it didn't really never, like, I just wasn't that type of kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in the church, you know what I'm saying? I had, like, the church I grew up in was on Arkansas side, so, like, a lot of the kids in the church from Arkansas side of town was from, like, College Hill, which is a hood in Arkansas, and you know, it's like a hood in Arkansas, like they really on that. So like the older kids that was kind of like my, you know what I'm saying, big brothers and stuff, my quote unquote OGs, whatever you want to call it, they was like from Arkansas. So I ain't never just seen it like that. But I graduated in 2012, and I remember the summer that I graduated, it was a little female from my school. She was a year younger than us. She ended up throwing a house party during that summer, and I had a homeboy that I was kicking it with, and he was from another school in town called PG. And he's from TK, you know what I'm saying? So he, you know what I'm saying, he got his own relationships and stuff like that. But the party is a party I was supposed to be going to, but I ended up having to work. So I was working at Sonic on Richmond Road. So I was at work, and when I got off work, I was gonna slide to the party, you know what I'm saying? I had brought my little clothes and stuff like that, finna go in there smelling like French fries, ice cream, weed, cologne, and new clothes. So like, I ended up letting my homeboy that I worked with sit in my truck while he was waiting on his ride to come pick him up. So what he ended up doing is like leaving the car, like, you know what I'm saying, how you turn the car on but not all the way on just so you can have the radio playing. Well, he did that, and it ended up killing my battery because I never went and checked it by the time he left, and by the time I made it to the vehicle, it was already it was dead. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know. So, long story short, I ended up not making it to the party. But throughout all of this, apparently it was a little, you know what I'm saying, a little spat between Texas and Arkansas at the party. And I bring that up because my partner, who wasn't really you know what I'm saying, he wasn't really affiliated with it on the strength of like PG and LE wasn't. LE is another school. All the schools on Texas side except for Arkansas High. So PG and LE wasn't. They had their own personal rivalry with each other.
A perfect night for football here in Texarkana, and boy, do we have a good one coming for you momentarily. Two crosstown rivals with rich history and a lot of smack talk this week about to meet right here at Harris Field. It's Pleasant Grove and Liberty Ilo for round number 29 in the series. LE leads the series 17-11, but it's been tough treading for the Leopards over the last 5 years. They have not won this matchup since 2016, but Coach Davis says this is the year for his much-improved Leopards to make a change to that. I'm Brian Bolt alongside with my partner tonight, Tyler Huff, and it's a beautiful night here in East Texas. And then, Tyler, it doesn't get much better than this.
It doesn't. Perfect scene for football. Like you said, 29th meeting between these two teams. LE has the slight advantage, but PG winning 5 straight. So if you're the Leopard faithful, you want to end that streak tonight.
Yeah, and before that 5-game winning streak for Pleasant Grove, LE was on a 6-game winning streak. So LE was in control of this series just a little while ago, and I think that this may be the year that LE really makes this a game.
But he was kicking it with some of my classmates that had, you know what I'm saying, they was clicked up, they had some stuff going. And like he you know what I'm saying, he linked in with them until I got there, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, guilty by association kind of thing, right? So long story short, he ended up getting like, you know what I'm saying, they have a little squabble, he get put into the mix of the squabble or whatever, and he ended up getting shot at. So this is our first personal interactions with like guns and all this kind of stuff, right? It's going on, but you know what I'm saying, it ain't been affecting us when we've been in school, you know what I'm saying. It was obviously, this is high schoolers too, but now we out of school, everybody, you know what I'm saying. Now you gotta figure it out. So anyway, I end up, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, word of mouth hearing about it, you know what I'm saying. Thank God I just happened to not be in the mix, but like, yeah, they got shot at, like they got ran down on and got shot at, like intentionally, from the understanding I got from it all, right? So at this point, my homeboy, he was a year older than me, so he been out, you know what I'm saying, moving and grooving. Now, I was supposed to be going to college, but, you know what I'm saying, I had some interactions with my pops. I ended up moving in with him my senior year because I was just, you know what I'm saying, ready to start getting some more freedoms. I was driving and stuff like that. My mom started wanting me to come home at a certain time, all this cool stuff. I'm working, so I'm starting to feel myself. I'm not really, you know what I'm saying, with all that. So I end up staying with my pops, but during that summer after I graduated, me and him kind of had some interactions about me, you know what I'm saying, smoking weed. I ended up doing some stuff, got us, you know what I'm saying, I brought some weed in the house, ended up getting the house smelling like weed, stuff like that. We had a little argument, disagreement. So I ended up, I ended up moving out. So I was staying with my homeboy, staying with some little female, but, you know what I'm saying, he ended up getting a gun because now he got to protect himself, you know what I'm saying. So this is my first, like, oh, okay, like, it's getting kind of real out here. Now, even then, I still wasn't just on that because, like, I still ain't had no interactions with no shootouts or nothing like that. But, you know what I'm saying, it is getting real in the way that, like, I'm sliding with him. This is my dude. Like, I'm with him. You see him, you see me, you see me, you see him. It's that type of time, right? So, like, and he done got shot at. So he on that type of time. Like, he protecting himself. So my boy got a gun, stuff like that. And I leave, go to college. I end up doing, like, a semester. I drop out. And I come back home. So just like in the process of me, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure it out and stuff like that, my mom had a job at some apartments called Sunset, which again in the hood, like Section 8 type of apartments and stuff like that. So while I was there, I ended up meeting this dude, kind of like another big homie to me or something like that. And just like throughout my interactions with him, you know what I'm saying, I let him know I was trying to get a gun. You know, it just matriculated into that, just trying to be out here in the streets, all that cool stuff, you know what I'm saying. I call myself, I'm finna start hustling, selling a little weed. I'm still working and stuff like that. Like, I'm working at the apartments, I'm doing maintenance and stuff, but I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm finna have to, like, if I'm gonna be out here, I can't be playing. Like I had another homeboy that I had met. The homeboy that had left my car on, left the truck on, that caused the battery to die. He used to sell bud. So like at that point in time, like just throughout it might have happened. It probably happened that same summer. I think he had ended up getting robbed, and he got robbed by like his OGs. You know what I'm saying? Like he had just been hustling for a minute, doing this thing, and he had kind of elevated to a point where I guess they had kind of started hating on him. So he hit him up to get some bud. I guess, you know what I'm saying, they work, they move on him. You know what I'm saying? And so that was, you know what I'm saying, he kind of let us know about that. So that was another thing that's, these are all instances that's hitting kind of close to home, that's, you know what I'm saying, I'm just soaking in. So when it comes to me, you know what I'm saying, finna mess around and start selling weed and stuff like that, and then I'm just like, I say my dad a cop, so I'm already like hesitant about doing it. My mom in the church heavy, you know what I'm saying, she like working out, you know what I'm saying, in Section 8 apartments and stuff. She, you know what I'm saying, her whole deal is not having all that going on. So I'm really going against the grind as far as what I was taught at home. So like, just, you know what I'm saying, I understand the image that could be portrayed from the outside looking in when it come to me. So I'm like, yeah, ain't no point in me pump faking, like it can't happen to me. It's some folks that it's happening to that's really out here and on that. So like, this just a part of the game I need to be prepared to defend myself from. So I ended up hitting up dude that I met while I was working out at Sunset, like, hey bro, I need a pistol. So I ended up getting like a 380 revolver, long nose, and it, like, you can't tell, but I'm like, bro, I'm 5'4", 5'5". And this just a big ass, it's a big gun with little bullets, you know what I'm saying? Little revolvers, but like it's a John Wayne looking gun. It look like a cowboy gun, you know what I'm saying? It's just a big gun. That ain't really what I was looking for, but you know what I'm saying, beggars can't be choosers, and I know I needed a piece, right? So like, I want to say probably the first day I bought the gun, it like already kind of showed me what it was like having that type of power. And I say that because, like I told you, I was raised in the church and stuff like that, and one of the big things that, one of the big verses you hear just quoted in, you know what I'm saying, stuff a lot is live by the sword, die by the sword. But, you know what I'm saying, same thing, live by the gun, die by the gun, right? So anyway, just like, I want to say the day that I bought the gun, we ended up going to like a little house party around town or something like that. And like, at the time, semi-pro was being a big thing, like semi-pro football, little small leagues and stuff like that, but it was semi-pro. And you know what I'm saying, we fresh, we not too far out of high school. It's a lot of my classmates, my peers, people that I'm fooling with, that's like, they still on that, you know what I'm saying, we still athletic, we still playing around basketball, all that cool stuff. So this was our opportunity to do something, you know what I'm saying, to do something. So like, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't play it, but you know what I'm saying, I quit football probably my junior year or something like that. I did like powerlifting and stuff like that, but like, I was a decent student. Like I said, I went to college, so like, I would, you know what I'm saying, I graduated cum laude and stuff like that. So being an athlete, you know what I'm saying, I always been athletic, all that cool stuff, but like, it wasn't that deep for me. So I was just in the mix, you know what I'm saying, I go, because that's what my boys was doing. So we ended up going to a party, and like, I was just, you know what I'm saying, I just got that in it, you know what I'm saying, I want to say heart on my sleeve type of person, but I'm really just like, I just be living, you know what I'm saying, I be happy, I be excited, you know what I'm saying, like, I just be being me. I want to say I curtailed that a little bit, but realistically, I'm still like that. I just, you know what I'm saying, I move a little different. Now I kind of can sense and tell, you know what I'm saying, when me and other people not meshing, you know what I'm saying, our energy not connected and stuff like that. So like, anyway, we go to the party, and it's just little goofy stuff. Like, this was part of the reason I kicked it with who I kicked it with, so tight knit, and I ain't fool with other people, because it was, you know what I'm saying, I don't like fake kicking, I don't like fake friends, I don't like putting on in front of females. I ain't trying to little bro nobody, I ain't trying, like, all of them little mental games niggas be trying to play, or social status games niggas be trying to play, like that it never did nothing for me. Like I really out here trying to figure out how we was gonna make it out here, you know what I'm saying? So like we get to the party, and I just remember the whole party was funny. Like when I first get there, some niggas that I didn't really fool with, didn't really kick it with, was like, you know what I'm saying? I was working. I always knew to work. I've been working since I was in 7th grade, probably before then, doing little stuff for my mama. But like, work ain't never been nothing I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So like, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have a job. I'll keep a job. So that mean I got a little money on me versus, you know what I'm saying, the folks that's hustling. You know what I'm saying? If you hustling, then you probably know how that was when you first got out of school. If you wasn't just having no real major motion, or if, you know what I'm saying, you didn't have full, you know what I'm saying, understanding of the money management game and what you need to been doing, then you probably, you know what I'm saying, and money all over the place. So like, we get to the party, and you know what I'm saying, I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, I got my little money for bud, I got my little money to drink and stuff like that. It was really for like me and the folks I came with. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying, I ain't really on that type of time with nobody. Like, I'm out the way. So like, I just remember like, when I first got to the party, it was a lot of you know what I'm saying, a lot of these folks is playing semi-pro, you know what I'm saying, still athlete aspirations and stuff like that, but it was some dudes in there that, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't no hate, it wasn't no love, it was a lot of indifference, realistically. Like, hey bro, you know what I'm saying, what's up, you ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, put some in the air, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, the niggas that ain't got no weed, you know what I'm saying, trying to smoke something. And I, you know what I'm saying, like, I ain't saying I'm having it, but I'm, at that time, as far as what little kids had going on, for what I call what we had going, I had some money. Like, I had enough to be able to support my habit. And, you know what I'm saying, not be tripping. I ain't really, like, fagging off my money like that, but it ain't a lot of things I'm spending my money on in the first place, so. Like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm knowing, you know, we don't really kick it with each other like that. But, you know what I'm saying, in the spirit of keeping the energy cool in the area, which is more what I be on than anything, I'm like, all right, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever. I throw a little something. You know, I probably was anyway. But, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them, like, I roll something up. I roll a blunt or two, pass that through the party, and then, you know what I'm saying, that's for y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all smoke that, and then we gonna come over here and, like, do our, you know what I'm saying? Then we gonna do our little thing over here. You know, we'll work out 1, 2 in the spot. In the cut. So like, my one of my homeboys, his cousin, his cousins were there. Like, his cousins, they were brothers. And I get, you know what I'm saying, this is what I say about energy just not matching or something like that. Niggas done got drunk and they full of it and stuff like that. But like, I couldn't tell you, like, I probably could tell you, but it ain't my place to speak on another man's mental state, or, you know what I'm saying, what his feelings are about me and nothing like that. But buddy, like, healing me up, like, you know what I'm saying, like, bro, I've been a little dude all my life, you know what I'm saying. At some points in my life, I done had a little size on me, just as far as like meat, you know what I'm saying. I told you I powerlifted and stuff like that. But like, this nigga done went to like play, you know what I'm saying. He done played football in college as like a fullback, running back type. So I'm like, but it's not no little man, is what I'm trying to say, by no stretch of the imagination. Which is part of the reason I got a gun, because I know how niggas like to try to impose they like little nigga syndrome on a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I ain't never just been no hoe. But I ain't never really been on that, you know what I'm saying? I just was taught to, you know what I'm saying, defend myself, you know what I'm saying, defend my family, stuff like that. Like, at least try, you know what I'm saying? Like, you not finna just come home and be like, ain't no getting bullied where I come from, you know what I'm saying? I just told you my pops was in the military. He a cop. Like, I done been on both sides of, you know what I'm saying, like Texas and Arkansas. I done been on Arkansas as a Texas dude, you know what I'm saying, and, you know what I'm saying, done been in the mix as a smart kid and a church kid, you know what I'm saying, still been in the mix, you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where folks be getting this suburbia type of, like, mean you don't deal with nothing. Like, bro, you still gotta live, like, you can't not go outside, you feel me? Like, and I'm not the one that's not finna be going outside, you know what I'm saying, especially not at this time. Like, I'm more of a, you know what I'm saying, you wanna go to the parties, you wanna go to the club, you wanna, you know what I'm saying, like, go to the events that's being held in the city, all that cool stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, I had to be in the mix with these dudes. And for the most part, I done been, you know what I'm saying, like I say, I was raised around some dudes that was like, really from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these real hood niggas, like, really fighting, gang banging, all that cool stuff. Like, nigga, I'm really on that type of time. So, like, they really on that type of time. So, and, like, these my big brothers, you feel me? So, it's like, bro, that's normal to me. So, all that trying to fake flex and everything, that don't really mean nothing to me. So, anyway, buddy, like, hit me up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, when I tell you I just bought the pistol, first and foremost, I'm on one of them, like, you know what I'm saying, this is to protect me and my folks. So, like, they know I got it, you know what I'm saying? Like, the niggas who we rode with in the car, me and all us, that little clique, whatever you want to call it, like, hey, bro, like, if it get there, you know what I'm saying, like, it's 6 shots, my boy, so don't think we finna have no shootout, but, like, we ain't finna I ain't here to just be getting robbed. I ain't finna, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, something better than nothing, you know what I'm saying? Don't bring no knife to no gunfight. I ain't really having no gunfights, but you know what I'm saying? If that's what it come down to, I'm gonna be able to defend myself to the best of my abilities. So the nigga cousin, like, my nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Down there, like, my brother, cousin done grabbed me. I'm like him the nigga up. I couldn't tell you what he said. It wasn't about nothing. I can tell you that. It was definitely just some, like, niggas drunk and, like, I don't like this nigga type of time, which, you know what I'm saying, oh, that's fine and dandy, but, like, don't give a fuck about you liking me, bro. Don't be touching me. So I'm like, I'm just not confrontational, if that's what you want to call it. But really, I'm like, bruh, like, first and foremost, you a big nigga. Like, you not finna beat me down, boy. We not finna have no battle of strength. Like, I know you know what I'm saying? You better pick your battles. This is what I know, you know what I'm saying? So I advise everybody else to do that too. But I'm on the type of time like, hey, fam, I'm like, bro, you better get your cousin, bro. Like, I don't know what he on, but, like, you ain't even, it ain't gotta be no you think I'm on that or I'm tough or nothing like that. Like, bro, scary niggas shoot too. Like, it don't matter what you want to describe me as, bro. This man will, like, has the potential to get shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, the gun in the truck, but, like, what is it for me to walk out this party, come back in, and blow this man? Or for me to walk out the party, wait for him to do what he gonna do and blow this man? Like, it's a lot of ways this could go bad. Worse for you than me. I don't care what you can't beat me to death. It will never get that bad. So I'm like, this is my first interaction with having to understand, like, with great power comes great responsibility. Because in my head, I'm really having to, like, weigh out the pros and cons of, do I, like, blow this man? But realistically, it's not that much of a conversation because it's my boy cousin. So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying, that's light. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's your family. We drinking or whatever. Like, we not cool. So I'm not really tripping on that. Like, we not cool. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, I understand that mean conversations can be being had behind closed doors that ain't going in my favor. Or, you know what I'm saying, I'm not in the mix. I'm not one of them who you valuing like the other ones. I'm not tripping off none of that. That's life. I understand that. I'm not naive out here. So that was, like, my first, oh, okay, like, it can get, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't, just because you got the gun don't even really mean you can just use it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, my people, my dad a cop, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So I'm already, like, I understand the consequences of, like, witnesses and all that cool stuff. Like, boy, how easy, I see now how easy it is for a nigga to get tricked off the streets. Like, if I wanted to just fake flex in front of everybody, I could have, you know what I'm saying, bucked that man and, you know what I'm saying, ended up in jail or in prison or something like that fast. So I'm like, yeah, bro, this, I don't even like, you know what I'm saying, like this, but I ain't really get it for them reasons. But, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, it can be used for whatever I want to use it for. So as my first instance for sure, I'm like, yeah, bro, this ain't just all it's cracked up to be. But now, mind you, at the same time that we, like, doing all of this, I'm getting introduced to, like, pills and stuff like that. So, like, we, you know what I'm saying, we started off on hydros, you know what I'm saying, it was one of them, like, we used to just smoke, you know what I'm saying, we started off on Reggie. I probably started smoking that when I was in high school. Graduated to, you know what I'm saying, gas and shit like that, but, you know what I'm saying, drinking was normal, you know what I'm saying, started drinking beer at the little, you know what I'm saying, little white folks parties and stuff like that. Then that matriculated to whatever we could get our hands on. Then as I got older, started having my own money and could drive around, you know what I'm saying, I had facial hair and stuff like that. Liquor stores ain't just IDing, they ain't just IDing you like that, you feel me? So, like, we getting liquor and all of that. So then when the pills came up, you know what I'm saying, I was a little hesitant at first, but the folks I was kicking it with was like on it. So like the way they rationalized it to me was like, bro, it's just like smoking a couple, you know what I'm saying, a couple gas blunts, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing crazy, like it ain't gonna do nothing to you. It's just like smoking a couple gas blunts on top of the gas we finna smoke, so you know you gonna get extra high, extra feel good. So I'm like, all right, cool. So that started off with like hydros, football, stuff like that, and then that matriculated into like Xanax. Now they was already being took, but you know what I'm saying, they was already aware of that, but it was just more of like what you could get your hands on. Hydros was just a lot more easily accessible. And then as I, you know what I'm saying, started doing it myself, then I started, you know what I'm saying, getting my eyes open to them connections and all of that as far as what I could have access to on my own. So bars started being something that was easily obtainable for me. So like that, you know what I'm saying, in and of itself already like took a large, you know, I say a large, took a good chunk of my life, you know what I'm saying, just as far as like me being in somewhat of a daze, you know what I'm saying, I just kind of in the zombie state for a lot, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them times. So like, which is what led to me losing my pistol. So like one night we go out and it's me, like my homeboy, and then one of his homeboys from school that he went to, right? So like we get full, and apparently we go to this, like, you know what I'm saying, when I say full, like, you know what I'm saying, we drinking, we smoking, we on the bar, you know what I'm saying, well, I'm on the bar for sure. I can't speak for everybody else on what they had going, but I'm on it. So like we get lit, we go out to the little party or whatever, some shit they used to do called Fight Night that they had at the club called Paradise down here. And it's what it's saying, like Fight Night. They, you know what I'm saying, get two local people together, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes it's male, sometimes it's female, sometimes it might be both. I don't know. That was probably realistically, I think that was like the only time I went to the occasion, and I was, you know what I'm saying, I'm off these bars, so I don't even really remember. I don't remember going. To an extent, you know what I'm saying? Like if you ever took Xans, then you understand, like you kind of, I say you understand, I might have just been taking them too hard. Like I wasn't taking more than one, but like I'm a little dude, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, so I'm taking a full bar. Taking a full bar, same as somebody 6'2", 257 pounds is being prescribed. So you know what I'm saying, what it's doing to my little body is being maximized compared to what it's doing to you, I would assume. But like I say, we get to, you know what I'm saying, we go to Fight Night or whatever. I don't remember going to the spot, you know what I'm saying. There's a couple of flashes of memories I might have, you know what I'm saying, seeing lights, seeing people, you know what I'm saying, like shit like that. So we end up leaving there, and apparently we go to IHOP, get something to eat. This just, you know what I'm saying, that's one of the things we used to do back then. You leave the club, you go to IHOP. Here, you know what I'm saying, that was like the bougie thing. Waffle House probably came on a little later, like in that time. I'm sure there's people going to Waffle House, but this, you know what I'm saying, this pre-COVID and all of that work, IHOP 24 hours. Like, it might be back to it, but IHOP was the spot. You got some money, you go to IHOP. We were, like, Waffle House was cool, but that was really like, I don't know. We just wasn't rocking with Waffle House like that. So we go to IHOP or whatever, and I'm still out of it. Like, I don't even remember being at Waffle House. But what I did was, like, when it came time to eat, I smashed, like, I ran, down and dash, you know what I'm saying? And, like, this how I know, like, you be on autopilot on them type of drugs, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't remember none of it. I just remember, like, me running, like, IHOP is right next to, it's, like, right off the interstate. So it's on the access road, basically. But it's a street. It's on the street off the access road. So you get on the access road, then you can turn into IHOP, or you can turn down the street that lead to some apartments. The apartments called the Links, right? So, like, I wake up like, I mentally come back, you know what I'm saying, fully aware and conscious. And I'm, like, running, you know what I'm saying? I'm, like, tripped out because I don't really know what I'm running for. And realistically, I don't live this way. Like, I stayed at, I think I stayed at, like, my homeboy mama house at the time. And she lived at some apartments across the interstate, like, literally, like, across the interstate. So, like, we could see the apartments from IHOP, but, you know what I'm saying, I'm with them and we doing our whole little thing. But so that wasn't even really the point. But the point being, I understand that I'm just tripping because I'm like, bro, I don't even need to be going this way. Like, it ain't nothing for me to be running to. I'm just running from them, tripping. So in the process of me doing all that, apparently the pistol fall out my pocket. Like, I got some sweatpants or something on. Like, whatever I had on and wherever I had the pistol, it fell out of my pocket in that time. So far as I can remember, I might have left it in the truck or something, and he done ran off with it. But you know what I'm saying? It could have been a finesse move like that. But realistically, I don't think that's what happened. That ain't what I think happened. Far as I know, I break out running, and while I'm running, in between, you know what I'm saying, coming back to reality and, you know what I'm saying, getting my thoughts back together and getting, you know what I'm saying, I clearly can't go to IHOP. Like, I'm have enough wherewithal to understand kind of what's going on. So I was like, no, I can't really go in IHOP. So I, you know what I'm saying, got to finesse my way and finagle my way back to the house, the spot. Like I say, I'm on these bars, I'm drunk and everything, so I'm still kind of like not fully in it, but you know what I'm saying, like I'm kind of knowing what's going on. So I wake up I make it back to the spot. I wake up the next morning, you know what I'm saying, I get to running through my whole little pockets, count my cash, you know what I'm saying, seeing what all, seeing what all done happened the night before, you know what I'm saying. I start seeing how much money I spent, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, how much weed I got left, all that cool stuff. If I had some bars, how many, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So, I realized, like, damn, I ain't got my pistol. Like, it's not in none of this stuff. So, I'm going through my whole little 1-2, trying to figure out, you know, what happened the night before. And then I remember, damn, I ran a car, like, I took off running. So now I got it, you know what I'm saying? My boy hit me up late in the day. He like, yeah, bro, you know, you like ran out of, you know what I'm saying? Buddy had to pay for the food and shit like that. I'm like, bro, I ain't really caring that much. I'm like, he ain't had to pay, you know what I'm saying? I say I appreciate it. It really affected me nothing, you know what I'm saying? It's not, the deed was done, but I understand why he did it, you know, more or less, because they there and that got them looking some kind of way. The woman looking like, yeah, that's fucked up and that's y'all friend and what y'all gonna do about it, all that cool stuff, whatever. I'm like, yeah, all that shit cool, but like, you know what I'm saying, bro, come scoop me up so we can go find my pistol. Like, I done lost my shit. So I go back, and like I say, the IHOP is right in front of some apartments. So it's a little field that I had ran through. So we go back out there. I'm looking all through the field. I can't find the pistol for shit. To this day, I'm assuming somebody just, at some point during that day, you know what I'm saying, it was a relatively high traffic spot. So I could see somebody just walking through there and grabbing a pistol, you know what I'm saying, and just coming up. But at the same time, that's why I say I don't know if I could have left it in buddy's car or something like that. One of them ended up with it. It's a possibility, but I almost distinctly remember having the gun on me and then dropping it. Like, I just feel like I can remember it falling out or something like that. Or like the load being lightened on my body, you know what I'm saying? So like, I end up dropping it in the field somewhere. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never get found. But like, so we go back looking. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I don't find it. So now I'm like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm really like on the type of time, like, understanding how irresponsible that is just for me done, you know what I'm saying, armed another random civilian. You know what I'm saying? I'm already like, I'm not just no big proponent of having guns and stuff like that. I understand technology advances, and that's just where we at with it in life. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this thing, you can't come back from that. So I'm like, damn, bro, like, I'm kind of fucked up. Somebody out here with a gun. That's, you know what I'm saying, how I'm feeling about it. And you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit different responsibility when you just come up on, you know what I'm saying, when you just come up on it, when you just find stuff, like when you know, like, it's different when you done had to work and put money aside and, you know what I'm saying, had the intention of going to get the gun and, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. I could see how your mind just be a little bit in a different place if you just come up on a pistol. Like, if I'm just walking and find a gun, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't imagine what that would do to my psyche. So, like, that, you know what I'm saying, was more or less a sign to me, like, yeah, bro, I don't even, like, see, I'm not really doing nothing where I need a gun. I just kind of, like, feel more comfortable being on more of a even playing field with the folks out here that have them, that, you know what I'm saying, I'm kind of at the mercy of how they feel about me and what they want to do, you know what I'm saying, even though I try not to put myself in them situations. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, there's some stuff you can't avoid, you know what I'm saying, you can't dictate how another person want to feel. Sometimes you're doing stuff, you caught up in situations you don't know the full situation behind, so I'm like, yeah, bro, that's just, it ain't for me, you know what I'm saying. I just kind of took it as a sign at the time, like, bro, maybe that was just like me not needing that, especially with me being on these bars and stuff like that and kind of being out of myself. I see how I could do something, and then, you know, you hear plenty of stories, folks be high and then wake up in jail. Like, I'm not trying to be on that type of time either. So I see, like, clearly I'm dining and dashing and little goofy stuff like that. So I'm like, it could easily get to a point where, you know what I'm saying, I'm having a conversation or caught up in a situation and be done pop somebody. So like, all right, for sure, I'm finna chill on it for the most part. Like, I just let that slide. So like, somebody, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, that was, I was probably 20, 21, you know what I'm saying. So this is probably like 2014, 13 through 15, somewhere in that time. Like I say, we was on the bars. So like, that time in my life, it was just fuzzy for a long time, you know what I'm saying. Days didn't really matter. I was doing, you know what I'm saying, I was just fucked up, just high, just getting throwed and blowed, you know what I'm saying. So like, I couldn't tell you, but like, you know what I'm saying, I was just, you know what I'm saying, I'm just living life, I'm trying to have fun. But you know what I'm saying, fun is a youth thing, you know what I'm saying. Fun is just a fun thing, you know what I'm saying. Typically when you're doing stuff that's fun, and you in our culture, you come from our society, it's going to be included in what the quote-unquote streets and the hood and the, you know what I'm saying, the gangsters, the thugs, whatever you want to call it, like, they gonna be there too, you feel me? Like, it's the same people there in the same areas, you know what I'm saying. That's why you gotta kind of like, especially here, it ain't in TK, it's not a lot of like, it ain't no nice club, the hood club. We only got 1-2 club, you know what I'm saying. We have more now, but it's so few options that if you trying to get away, you're gonna have to go to like Dallas or Little Rock. We like right in the middle of that, or Shreveport, you know what I'm saying. In Shreveport, niggas get knocked down, so you ain't really trying to go to Shreveport or Bossier City. Like, that's almost off the map. But, you know what I'm saying, it's still an option. You go there, you go to the casinos and stuff, but you still, like, you can't really avoid that stuff in the sense of, unless it's such a great disparity between, like, the street hood functions and the more high society, upper class functions, you know what I'm saying, where that's, like, really protected against, or really not a reason. You're really in the area where like folks is calling the cops and all that type of stuff. Like, just in this city in general, you're gonna have to leave. Like, you go to Dallas's hood spots, then it's a little bit nicer clubs this in nicer parts of town where like, no, they not playing that. They're driving crazy and fast, these white folks, and you know what I'm saying, rich black folks, whatever. It ain't really a color thing, it's a mental thing. Like, these folks not going for you, devaluing the, depreciating, you know what I'm saying, the neighborhood where they got their properties and stuff at, you feel me? So it's like kind of hard to avoid that kind of stuff. So it was one of them, like, bro, you like, I kind of, you know what I'm saying, I understood and I understand why it be so hard for people to like avoid that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying. And at the same time, if you coming from a worse spot, you know what I'm saying, a worse environment than I did, I for sure see how you can get, you know what I'm saying, your mind a little bit more wrapped up into that stuff than I was, to not be able to see the difference and be able to, you know what I'm saying, look a little bit further ahead into what them consequences may be and stuff like that. Like, I got plenty, you know, plenty partners that done got sent that way and stuff like that. Like, bro, that's just, you know, that's done did time, you know what I'm saying. A lot of them coming home, it's done been so long since they did the time. Some of them just went, you know what I'm saying. Some folks I ain't really know. Plenty of folks done got killed. Plenty of folks done got hit, made it, you know what I'm saying. Folks done got upped on. It's just been a whole lot of experiences with, you know what I'm saying, gun violence and just that way of life that I, you know what I'm saying, realistically was just kind of in a position to kind of look at it a little bit differently. Now, you know what I'm saying, life done transpired from that point, and you know what I'm saying, most stuff done happened, but like, that is how I lost my first gun, like being full of these drugs out here, you know what I'm saying, which is one reason I didn't really need to have no gun, what I'm saying, for one. Like, you gotta understand that, like, them things don't match. That's why they don't want you smoking weed or doing drugs or being drunk. operating heavy machinery and stuff like that. Cause like, bro, your mental state is different. You know what I'm saying? You get drunk, your inhibitions go down. You fear consequences less. You know what I'm saying? You're not worried about the, you know what I'm saying, repercussions or the balance of, you know what I'm saying, actions and reactions. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, it's a lot that goes into that I kind of started realizing for my personal self by, you know what I'm saying, being in them positions and just kind of like the experiences I had leading up to that time. And it was just one of them like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna have to chill on that. But like, down and dashing from IHOP is how I lost my pistol. Like, crazy, you know. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still be kind of blue just on the fact, like, bro, that's a goofy way to lose your gun. Like, that in itself kind of explain, you know what I'm saying? Like, the story in itself tells you why I probably didn't need it. But, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, coming from where I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still, you're not finna just be getting caught looking. Hindsight 2020, I don't really, you know what I'm saying, ain't no hindsight, ain't no regrets. Like, I still would have rather lost it that way than to have been in positions where I would have needed it and didn't have it, you know what I'm saying? Just thank God I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm still here to tell the story today, but like, bro, that's, you know what I'm saying, that just, you know, it's something to think about, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, I know a lot of folks be talking about folks be getting high to go do this stuff. Like, bro, a lot of niggas is not. A lot of niggas be doing that stuff sober. Like, I was sober getting this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't on no bars when I decided I needed the gun or when I was working, put my money aside to get the gun. Like, no, bro, that was very much a conscientious decision. Like, I need to protect myself. Like, no, a lot of folks be getting high because they trying to deal with escaping from the reality that they do need this stuff and they do got to protect themselves, or they have put themselves in a position where, you know what I'm saying, you better have it than not have it, and you better, you know what I'm saying, use it than not use it, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So it's just, you know what I'm saying, that's just, you know, one of many experiences and and events in my life that I done had that I just felt like sharing, like, just to kind of start, you know, paint a little picture of who I am, some of the stuff I done been through, my perspective on, you know what I'm saying, some things that I done seen, some things that I done. Like, drugs and guns don't mix. Don't dine and dash either. Like, that's really janky too. Like, that was, you know what I'm saying, that ain't it either. Like, for sure don't do it if you got a gun, it ain't secure, because mess around, end up in a ditch somewhere and somebody go pick it up and, yeah, who knows, you know. Who knows what comes from that, but, yeah. That's what happened.